So I've been playing Elite Dangerous, both with friends and by myself since November and the Chapter 4 update. I played before some years ago, but had an ancient PC and no friends to play with. But since my return, my Cobra Mark III, the Aluminum Falcon, has taught me everything I need to know to learn the game again. The DeLacy Cobra Mark III is a multi-purpose ship. It can do virtually anything. It is like the Millinium Falcon for the ED universe. It can fight, it can haul, it can explore, it can even pirate. I want to go over the 6 missions the Cobra can do, and it can do them all fairly well, but first I want to go over the basic design. When I see the Cobra, I immediately think UFO, like the fabled big black triangles. And this spaceship has a very classic sci-fi feel to it. I'm not sure what happened to the Cobra Mark I or the Mark II, but the Mark III and Mark IV are playable ships, with the Mark III being the more versatile one. At 33 by 48 meters, it's very similar in size to the Millinium Falcon. It has these massive engines on the back, and properly fit, the Cobra Mark III can outrun anything. The cockpit has a co-pilot seat, and yes, another player can crew with you, but more on that later. But the interior cockpit is spacious and comfortable. The field of view to below the ship isn't that great, but this is where the gunner position is handy, and your crewmate can act as a spotter in the gunner position to easily see all around the ship. It seems like there may be a bunk behind the seats somewhere in the cockpit. The Cobra is certainly large enough to have something like a crew quarters further back, but it isn't known that this is the case, or if the majority of the interior is pure engine. Like all Elite Dangerous ships, the Cobra has 4 forward hardpoints that pop out of these panels. 2 medium on the top of the nose and 2 small on the bottom of the nose. It has some punch against both large and small targets. It also has maneuvering thrusters all along the corners of the ship for real Newtonian spaceflight. And here are the engine sounds.
Landing gear retracted.
The sounds in Elite Dangerous are awesome. The nice thing about flying Elite Dangerous ships is they feel like real ships. They feel like they're vibrating around you. And finally, the paint job can be customized with real money if you love this ship enough. I've chosen to go with the teal Predator paint job, and because I've used this ship a lot and don't repaint it, you can see the paint is already wearing a little bit on the Aluminum Falcon. Maybe in some months it will look very gritty. We'll see. Now, here are the 6 things it can do. Number 1, exploration. Elite Dangerous stands out as a fantastic exploration game. For that, you need a ship with a good jump range and all the slots for the necessary modules such as the Surface Probe Launcher and the SRV Bay. The Cobra is not going to be able to reach out as far as something like an Asp Explorer, Diamondback, or the Crate Phantom, but with the fully upgraded, and if you have time, an engineered frameshift drive, it can achieve some decent jump range. To me, the Cobra is more of a local exploration ship, and when I say local, I mean something like 1500 light years from the bubble. Sure, you can go a lot further, but it may take a long time to get back to human civilized space. Number 2, bounty hunting. Pirates love to hang out in places like asteroid fields to menace miners or haulers. The Cobra can be fit in a variety of combat effective ways, but bounty hunting and resource extraction sites is probably one of the easiest ways to make credits for new players. You can swap out different weapons and kind of try them out while bounty hunting to learn how they work. This ship can struggle in the more intense conflict zones, which are triggered by war, but those aren't even worth doing compared to bounty hunting for credits, unless you're trying to influence the behind-the-scenes faction power in the system. Number 3, hauling and smuggling. So you want to be Han Solo. You won't have to drop your shipment at the first sight of an Imperial cruiser with this ship. Even if this ship is pulled into real space by a pirate or a system patrol ship, she has a few little maneuvers to avoid danger. The speed allows the ship to burst the afterburner at sublight and leave the interdicting ships in the dust long enough to spin up the FSD drive and jump back away. Also near stations, to avoid ship scans by customs, you can go the silent running route and use heat sinks to cool your ship down, making it hard for sensors to lock onto you. Although the Cobra isn't going to be able to haul as much as larger ships, such as transporters, she can be outfitted to haul enough, especially valuable items. The only thing the Cobra can't haul, unlike the Millinium Falcon, is passengers. Number 4. Missioning. Missions come in a variety of forms. Some are combat-oriented, such as assassination or anti-pirate. Some are recovery missions, and some are even for hauling and smuggling. A Cobra is versatile enough to do just about all of them, except the most difficult or specialized ones, even without refitting it too much. This is nice for helping out factions' influence over a system, or grinding your own reputation and rank up with the local factions or superpowers, which can later unlock certain locations and allow access to certain ships.
We might be a little close, actually.
Number 5. Mining. Now, the Cobra doesn't look much like a mining ship, but its versatility allows it to fit all the necessary modules for all the varieties of mining. It probably wouldn't be able to mine and fight at the same time, but few ships can actually do this. It can certainly run away from trouble. Its only drawback for mining is the inability to haul massive cargo amounts, but it can haul enough to make it profitable. Number 6. Finally, pirating. Just any old pirating is fine, but it won't earn you the big bucks. The kind of pirating I'm talking about does have a little bit of a learning curve, but it can earn you comparable amounts to the most lucrative professions in Elite Dangerous. What you're after are ships that are hauling low-temperature diamonds, which can be found in mostly agricultural systems in a boom state. Obviously, best done in lawless or low-security systems to avoid the police and bounties. The Cobra can be fit with the frameshift drive interdictor to pull ships out of FTL, aggress them, and use hatchbreaker limpets to pop open the target's hull. The Cobra is tough enough and maneuverable enough to tank or outmaneuver the target's response. However, it isn't tanky enough to take the most dangerous targets, and it won't have the hauling capacity for a motherload of booty. For that, one needs to upgrade to something like a Python, but the Cobra is a great ship to start learning this profession until the credits are earned for a bigger ship. And although I now have a Python myself that I use for pirating, I will never sell my Cobra. In fact, I haven't explored the actual solar system in Elite Dangerous yet, so I'm looking forward to visiting the solar system for education and science, and I plan to live stream that event, and I'll be using the good old Aluminum Falcon for that. So subscribe to and hit the notification bell so that you can explore the solar system with me. Well, thank you for watching, but also a brief channel announcement. As the regular viewers know, I create a lot of 3D models for spaceships and starships. I'm going to be live streaming the creation of these ships, and my hope is that the super chats will offset the cost of some of the modeling software I'm using. We'll see. So again, stay tuned to this channel if you want to hang out and see the live creation of probably a new Klingon ship for my upcoming 4 Years of War video. Until next time, space friends.